What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me yet, hello, my name is Becca. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you are coming back to hang out with me, hello, welcome. I appreciate you guys very much. Today's video is actually a request. It is a request for an eye look. I will try to pop it up on the screen. What I did, it was just one evening I got home from work and I actually was getting ready to take off my makeup and I was like, I'm gonna try some clouds on my face because I've never done it before. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, or that's what I'm gonna be trying to do, because I've only done it once, and like I said, I was messing around. I wasn't even being serious. And it seems like if I'm messing around with makeup, I do good. But if I'm like really serious and I'm wanting to do good, like do a good job, it's terrible. It always turns out terrible. So knock on wood, hopefully this look does not turn out terribly. And the two palettes I think that I am going to work with in case I run into a problem with the colors is the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette and the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker. Because obviously both of these are super, super colorful. If you haven't seen it before, I'm sure you have. Beautiful, beautiful colors. The Jaclyn Hill, I love her palette. Like, look at that. The pigment and everything, the blend, it's beautiful. And she's got lots of pinks and purples down here in the bottom. So I think it would be perfect for what I'm trying to achieve. So let me stop rambling. Let's get right into this video. Please, if you would, like and subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to ring that little bell for notifications for when I upload new videos. So, cutting it out, here we go. Let's start with this eye look. I'm going to be using the P. Louise base in Rumor 2, because that's the only shade they had available. To prime my eyes, obviously. So here I'm using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH37 to buff out the eye primer. It is a lot easier to use a fluffy brush than a stiff one, I believe, because it doesn't pull across the lid and leave marks and things in your eye primer. Soaked. Picking up soaked on the Morphe JH38. And I'm really working it in there because I want my crease to be dark blue. Go up from there to purple. So I took the soaked blue shade and I am packing that all into my crease to darken that up and kind of to set my crease, because my crease tends to wrinkle and to cake up with the primer. So I'm using here the Luxie tapered blending brush, and I am going to just use that with nothing on it to blend out the soaked shade in my crease. Not my journey on a Morphe precision brush. So I'm taking the deepest matte purple shade, which is Not My Journey, and I'm going right over that blue shade, but I am kind of using a lot of product because I am going to blend it out later. So I'm picking up this clean Morphe Jeffree Star JS12. It's just like a small blending brush, and I'm going to use that to buff out and blend that purple shade into the blue and upward. Now taking a pink shade called Lolly Mama, I'm going to go right above the purple that is the Not My Journey and make a thin line, but use quite a bit of product, not as much as the purple. Now I'm taking the Bubblegum shade in the Jeffree Star palette, and I'm going right above Lolly Mama with this. That will be the last shade on my lid, and I really want to be very easy with this shade. Now taking a clean Morphe blending brush, I am going to blend everything out, starting from the blue shade and work my way up to the pink Bubblegum shade. This is the Alamar packing brush and the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, and I will be taking that to cut my crease. Taking this Lavish brush, and it's an eye shading brush, I'm going to go into the shade I'm In It from the Jaclyn Hill palette. It's a really beautiful white shimmer shade, but once it's on the lid, you can see pink and purple flecks. And I'm just going to go right over that eye primer that I put to cut my crease and kind of just set all that in place and have that shimmer on my lid. So the brush wasn't exactly doing the trick, so I took my finger and went all over the lid with it, and that gave it a little bit more of an intense effect that I was wanting. Now taking that precision brush from Morphe that I used for the purple, I'm going to go right over the edges of that cut crease and kind of fill in where I went over a little bit too far and where I lost some of that purple. And then I'm taking the Therapy Sesh, which is like a pinky purpley shade, on a flat brush, and I'm going to go right on the edge of that purple on the outer corner of my eye and bring that right into the shimmer shade I'm In It. Now taking Not My Journey again on an even smaller flat brush, I'm going to go right on the edge of that Therapy Sesh and kind of just tie those two shades together because I will be blending them all together later. I'm taking that Soak shade again on the same brush that I used for my crease in the very beginning and going on the very outer edge of my eye and working it up into the purple, kind of just tying all those shades in together. So just taking those flat brushes again, I am just going over all those colors and blending them together because we know what we need to do, ladies and gents. We need to blend, blend, and blend. that is the finished look for the eye, which I do have to add highlight and everything. So for the background of my sky, I think I'm gonna try and use the Brain Freeze in the Jeffree Star palette and just pick up some of that on this little fluffy brush. And I'm going to try to do like a background for my clouds. So starting here, kind of just very lightly. Brushing that right above my contour. And around to the brow. All his hair is in the way. On the same brush, I'm going to take the Gumdrop shade, the Jeffree Star Gumdrop shade, because it's a lighter purple for the sky. What am I picking up here? And go right above that blue. Kind of swirling it around in. Just blending it all in together. And bringing this closer to the apples of my cheeks. I'm going to take my highlighter brush and I'm going to dip in Bubble Gum in the Jawbreaker palette. Because that is a very light pink. And I'm going to just go over the purple and the blue. That. On the other side. All the way across the nose. But I mainly want the clouds on my cheeks, so that's why I'm doing this background here. So here with my blush brush, I'm just dipping into different shades of pink through the Morphe palette and a couple other blushes I had, and just kind of going all over the place with it. Okay, so now that I'm done with the background for my clouds, I kind of tried to tap out a little bit of that blue and purple with my beauty blender that I used for my setting powder, and then I just added a little bit more pink shadow. So I'm going to take that little flat brush that I cut my crease out with, and then the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil Crayon in Milk 604. I'll show you guys what this looks like, because this is what I'm actually using, but it's in that. So I'm just going to tap into that. I'm gonna start out small first, if I can, and see how it works. Just kind of putting it on the end of the brush. And then I'm gonna dab some off. That way I make it smooth. And then I'm going to start on the eye, the outer corner of the eye, and then work my way out. So I would like my first cloud to be right here. So a little tip that I would give you would be starting out with smaller amounts and then just building, because it would be better that you start out with less than too much. You can also use white eyeshadow or liquid. I've found it best to use the cream base just because I've used all three, and this to me seemed the easiest and had the best results. Okay, so there is my first cloud. And I think I'm going to place one here. A little tiny one if I can. I feel like some of my clouds are like at an angle, and I think that's just because the way I'm looking in the mirror and trying to apply a cloud on the side of my face. But I think with practice, and if I just keep working at it, they'll get better and better. And I wish I could do more sizes, like little tiny ones and then real big ones, but it was kind of hard to work with a little brush, so I just stuck with that flat brush. So here I'm picking up bubblegum from the Jawbreaker palette on a teeny tiny precision brush, and I'm going right underneath the cloud with that for my first transition shade, like to give it some definition, I should say. So here I'm taking another Morphe precision brush, and it is clean. It doesn't have anything on it. So I'm adding the Gumdrop shade, which is the lightest purple shade in the Jawbreaker palette. And I'm gonna go right underneath that bubblegum shade on the clouds, giving it a little bit more definition, a little bit more realistic effect. And I think it makes it look really pretty and three-dimensional kind of, and I just love it. So I decided to add another cloud right here because I always will look far away at a mirror that's further away from me, kind of to see what I'm doing, because when I sit up close to a mirror for too long, I can't really see the far away picture. So I was like, okay, this totally is missing something. So I decided to add another cloud there. And I think it made it look a lot better. This is the NYX liquid liner in white. It is the Epic Wear. And I'm just going to take this. It's got a little tiny pointy brush. And I'm going to try to define the clouds a little bit more up at the white parts as best that I can. It is kind of hard to work with this little brush, but I'm just going to do my best. So taking that same NYX eyeliner, I'm making little dots around the place to make them look like stars. And I'm also going to try to make bigger stars, but you'll see what those look like here in just a little bit. So now I'm going to attempt to make a bigger star. It doesn't turn out the way I really wanted it to, but oh well, it's just going to take some practice and we're going to have some trial and error here, people. Okay guys, so the clouds are done and they actually look amazing. Like, I'm really, really proud of them for only my second time, and this time being serious. There was one thing I didn't like, and it was this star right here. It's just like, oh, it's rubbing me the wrong way. So I didn't do too much on this side, and I kind of like this side better because it has a star down here. So I'm going to do the bottom lash line and put on some mascara and lashes and lipstick, and I will be done with this look, and I'm so excited about it. So for some reason, last night when I was doing my video, it did not record the very end of it. So when I got up today to do editing, and I had already washed off my makeup and everything, obviously, it wasn't there when I started editing. So I posted some pictures at the end of this recording so that you guys could see the finished look. I do appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out with me while I do my very first cloud and sky scene. And I hope you guys love this video. And I do hope that you guys come back and hang out with me for the next one. I love you guys so much. You have a very good evening and a good night. Love you. Bye.